everyone, and welcome to Choosing Plants. My name is Heather, and this is the channel where I do 30-day vegan challenges to determine whether a particular lifestyle would be best for weight loss, or whether it would be too hard to maintain, or all sorts of fun and interesting things about some of the different plant-based meal plan ideas that are out there. So anyways, this time maybe like 4 months ago, 4 months ago, they had on the internet just all sorts of stuff about chia seeds and how awesome they were for you, and they help reduce belly fat and all that kind of stuff. And before that, it was vinegar, and I've seen oats on there all over the place. So I've just been seeing all these different things that work really well for reduction of belly fat, and I thought, well, that's interesting. Maybe I should look into that a little bit. So I did some research. PubMed and Medscape weren't super helpful, but I did look on Dr. Greger's nutritionfacts.org website and looked up some of his research, listened to a couple of his videos, and so I thought I would just kind of try a conglomeration of things. I could do, a 30-day challenge with just vinegar, or a 30-day challenge with just oats. However, that seems boring. There's just no other way to say it. I'm sorry, it seems kind of boring. So I'm not really interested in doing that. However, if this particular challenge is like, wow, oh my gosh, that really, really worked, I might be willing to break it into 4 different months of, let's see which of these things that I tried actually made a difference. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea. I have no real true expectations, to be honest with you, because I'm always kind of one of those, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Although it might be exciting to try anyway, it probably is. So, but we're gonna try it. So I'm calling this plan, instead of belly fat reduction, because that sounds kind of meh, VinOChiA. So VIN, the V is for vinegar. And so from what I have found looking on the internet and around at other sites, is that 1 tablespoon of vinegar twice a day is what most people say is good for reduction of belly fat. So I'm going to actually just use straight up apple cider vinegar, which should be interesting because I'm not a huge fan of vinegar. Like, I actually like pickles now, and I really like reduced vinegars that are sweet. I really do like those. This is not sweet, like, at all. My husband will put this on his salads, just sprinkle a tiny little bit on his salads, and it gives it just what he says, it gives it just a little bit of a bite, but I'm not sure about that. So 1 tablespoon twice a day. That's what that's supposed to be. So I'm gonna try that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so that's the V. The O is for oats. And from what I understand, if you have I think it's 1.5 cups of cooked, which should be like 3/4 cup of oats, uncooked, daily. That does things like it improves your cholesterol level, like your LDL. It helps to get rid of the bad cholesterol out of your body. It helps with weight loss. It helps with belly fat reduction. There's all sorts of things that it says that it helps, and that's about the amount measurement wise that you're supposed to have, is 3/4 of a cup uncooked or 1.5 cups cooked. So I'm going to be doing that, and we get all of our oats online from Amazon, from a company. Actually, the company's in Wyoming, very close to where I used to live when we lived in Wyoming, and I'd never heard of them, had no idea they were there. But anyway, so that is gluten-free rolled oats. So that's the brand that I'm going to be using. It's on Amazon. It's not, in my opinion, it's not horribly expensive. And the fact that they are tested and have been gluten-free since 2003 because their family has celiac people in it, that's important to me for my boys' sake, for their health. So that's the O. And obviously the Ch is the CHI, and the VinOChiA is for chia seeds. So this one is actually kind of important because from what I have found, there's really truly only 2 studies. There's some other junk science out there, but there's 2 real good studies, one of which said absolutely without a doubt chia seeds do not lead to belly fat reduction, period. And the other one said without a doubt, yes they do. So what do you do with that? When I listened to I just read through his transcript of his video. I've listened to it and then I read through the transcript. The main difference between those 2 was that the one that said it did not make any difference whatsoever, the chia seeds were whole. and the one that said it did make a difference, the chia seeds were ground. So we're going with ground chia seeds. We're not going to go with whole chia seeds. I always have in my freezer at any point in time some chia seeds that have been put through a coffee grinder. And so they're not super, super fine, but they are definitely finer than a whole chia seed. So that's what I'm going to do with chia seeds. I will not be eating any whole chia seeds. I will not be putting whole chia seeds in anything. If I put chia seeds in anything, it's going to be for sure already pre-ground or going into something that's going to be grinding it up. So how much chia seeds? 1 tablespoon twice a day. And I do think that what it basically says is that you're supposed to have them like half an hour-ish before your first and last meal of the day. That's probably not going to work out real well for me. I don't eat that many times a day. I have been looking at a bunch of different recipes for chia seed pudding, which would be something that I could get up at night before I go to get ready for work, put all my stuff together, chat with you guys for a minute, go to work, and then at some point in time, maybe around 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, I can eat one of my chia seed puddings and then have whatever meal it is that I took with me. That's about how I'm going to see that. But I will do it twice a day. My other thought was just to put the tablespoon of chia seeds in the oatmeal because that's very easy to do. So that's my goal for that. I'm not planning on having chia seed pudding twice a day, although I certainly could. I'm not sure that I'm going to like it well enough to have it twice a day, let alone once a day. So, yeah. Okay, so VinOChiA. So the in this is avocados. I find it very interesting that an avocado leads to belly fat reduction. However, there's some decent science out there that says that it is good for you based on the fact that if you include that particular fat, your body will use that and it doesn't store it like it does a saturated fat. Although I think avocados have some saturated fat. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's it's probably mono or polyunsaturated fat. Anyways, regardless, I do find it very interesting that something like that could actually lead to belly fat reduction. But I could find absolutely nothing anywhere that said volume of what you're supposed to eat for an avocado every day. Nothing. So I decided half of an avocado. I don't know. So I don't think I need to eat a whole avocado every single day. So we're going to go with half of one. That sounds like it should be okay. So one thing that I was thinking about when I was planning this seems like a very high fat concept to me. Which just doesn't, I just constantly am having in the back of my mind Dr. McDougall saying the fat you eat is the fat you wear. Whether that's true or not, he honestly believes it, obviously. And people that follow his plan are very healthy. So I don't know. But oats are not unhealthy, but they're very high in fat per percent of calories. Chia seeds are very high in fat. Avocados are high in fat. Vinegar, not so much. I get that vinegar is not part of that equation, but it just seems kind of odd to me that these things would be constituted as having good data behind them to suggest that they do lead to belly fat reduction, and yet they're high in fat. So we're going to check it out. We're going to see what happens. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of a little skeptical, to be honest with you. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to see what happens. So there you go. All right. So, day 1 starts tonight with work, and this is it for me for now, guys. I am going to not partake in vinegar until the challenge actually starts. I'm not going to do that right now because I'm dreading doing it to begin with. So, anyways, that's it for me for now, guys. I will see you tonight, and I hope you're having a great day, and wish me luck on this challenge because it might be interesting.